And then I'll say,
Hello,
okay.
friends. Welcome to KidLit Meet and Greet by Lori Keating and April Berry. I'm April, and today I have a very special guest that I'm very excited about, and Suk Wang,
Hello.
author of
Me.
The House Before Falling into the Sea, which is a wonderful book if you have not had the pleasure of reading it yet.
Oh, thank you.
So, Anne, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, let's see. I live in Los Angeles and Los Angeles, California, and have a lovely dog that I call my canine son, and a college student who is about to graduate this year, and a high schooler, a junior in high school, both boys, and my husband. Yeah, it's
So you
uh
have a very full house.
yes, and I love donuts.
Ooh, see, we were meant to be friends. We both
Oh,
like fun socks and we both love donuts.
fun socks and donuts.
And it sounds like our kids are very similar in age.
Mm, hmm. Yeah, it's a good stage because uh they they can do things on their own, and yeah,
Yeah,
it makes things a little bit easier and a little bit scarier too.
it is scarier.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, Anne, so this is your first picture book, is that right?
Yes.
Can you tell
Yes.
us a little bit about your journey to publication with this?
Well, sure. Well, let's see. Before 2012, I was a journalist, and after that, I turned in my first um, submission somewhere in 2012 and realized when I got feedback that it sounded too much like a journalistic piece. I think that's what they said. I realized, okay, I better learn how to do this. I think children's books are different than newspaper articles. So I joined SCBWI and um, learned for a good 8 years. In 2019, I joined a Twitter pitch and got the attention of one editor at Dial, and we went back and forth and did an R&R, rewrite and resubmit, um, and at the same time, it totally coincidental. I was also querying agents, and an agent had responded around the same time, so it worked out perfectly. But after we sold the book in 2020, it took about 3.5 years now, if you do the math, in 2020
Mhm.
to finally come out. So it's been a little while.
So it
But
was a journey.
yes, it's definitely a journey, a great journey though, because I enjoyed every bit of it. I like writing, and I thought, oh, if I just write for myself, that's okay. And people close to me, because I just get life from it. So I
Yeah,
just that way didn't feel maybe as long as maybe it actually was.
nice, interesting. So cool that the editor was working with you and then the agent piece came together all at the same time.
Yeah,
It
within
was meant
months
to be.
it was. That's how I think of it. Yeah.
So we know you enjoy writing. It brings you joy. Do you have other creative outlets?
I do. I enjoy dancing and roller skating. Once in a while, I take care of my garden.
Once in a while. I love that.
Once in a while. I should be doing it all the time, but it starts looking a little overgrown, and I think, oh, I better weed, or or things are
Mhm.
looking a little, peaked and dying, and I'll take care of them. But I do enjoy it. It's just not enough time or organization with all that's going on. So uh yeah, I like staying active, especially roller skating these days, and dancing I've just grown up with, so I've just kept it up. And
Nice. Any particular dance style?
ooh, well, jazz, probably. I have some background in ballet, but jazz and hip hop. I think, are my favorites.
Oh,
And
how fun. Nice.
uh,
Um, how did you come to set your sights on becoming a kidlit author?
yeah, well, I have always loved children's books. I collected them. I really loved how simplistic but also deep they are. And I remember in college, for an environmental science class, the professor brought out the Lorax before people knew much about it or before it was a movie,
Right.
and just really set the tone for the whole class. And I fell in love with that book and that class, and really thought that picture books are just really special. And children's
Mhm.
books, I feel like
Yeah.
they grab you from the beginning, and they're just joyful things. And
Mhm.
yeah, I've never stopped collecting them. So I have a Shel Silverstein book from my elementary school days. Yeah, I just love all things KidLit.
Yeah, I understand. So
Mm,
you write picture books. You have a journalism background. Do you dabble in any other genres that we should know about?
middle grade and YA. I actually started uh trying to be a YA writer, and that's when I was told that it sounded like a newspaper article. But uh YA I hope to go into one day, but I am working on a middle grade right now. And one day, maybe further on down, I'd love to write a rom-com.
Ooh, lots of exciting things down the road. I can't wait. Where
That's
do
for
oh, I'm sorry, one more time. You cut out.
well, I was gonna say that's just further down, not anytime soon, but it's one
That's
of
all
the
right. I will
dreams.
be here for it whenever it comes out.
Yay.
So I know The House Before Falling into the Sea kind of came from your family history somewhat, right?
Yes.
Um, do all of your ideas come from family background stories, or do you get your ideas from other places as well?
Hmm. Good question. Most of my ideas do come from my life. So my mom talking about her days when she was young, and my dad as well, who's now passed away. They have a lot of fun stories, but also my own childhood and my own life with my kids and a son and husband. And sometimes I have dreams and I have to write them down in the middle of the
Mhm.
night. Sometimes I'm just listening to NPR and get an idea. So they really come from all over the place, but I have to focus on what I know and what I really want to stick with for years and years. So I have to decide where I'm going to focus my time, but too many ideas, not enough time, I think. It's
I
like,
can relate. I can definitely relate.
yeah.
What are some challenges that you've come across while writing Kidlit, and how have you overcome those?
Mm, I think challenges. Well, I'm constantly fighting imposter syndrome even now. I feel like, okay, you get the attention of an editor, an agent, and it's wonderful. And now you have to sell book two, and can you
Mhm.
do it again? And was this a one-off? I think that's something I struggle with a little bit here and there. It pops up, um, in different at different times. Um, I think just deciding what topic also to cover.
Mhm.
So I like having a sounding board in my friends who are writers, as well as my agent. And um, yeah, there's actually many challenges, but those come to mind right now on the
Yeah.
forefront of it. But yeah, there's a lot of juggling also in life. So how much time do I spend toward this or that? And focusing to write every day or at least every other day is challenging when so many other things are going on. So even juggling is a bit of a challenge. And I want to write more, but things happen in life. So
Right. And if you're anything like me, when you do have the time to write, then the writing just doesn't want to happen.
yeah, yeah, that too. But we have to, as they say, get butt in chair and just do it
Mhm.
anyway. And um, so we just have to show up. That's all we can
Yeah.
do.
What atmosphere do you prefer when you are writing?
Mm. I enjoy, if I can, if it's a nice day, being outside.
Mhm.
I like hearing nature, the birds, and
Mhm.
even my dog chasing squirrels or um yeah, if ideally. And being from California, there are many good days, so I can't
I was
complain.
just thinking LA is a great place to write outdoors.
Yeah. Yes, but also I like quiet. So when it's raining, it's really nice and I'm indoors. Or just when I need to concentrate. I don't think I can have music in the background like some people. I like quiet on the whole, except if it's nature noises. That's okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Can you tell us who is your agent and what do you like about working with this person?
My agent is Louise Fury. And when I signed with her, she was at the Bent, but recently she opened up her new boutique agency, the Fury Agency. And I really like how encouraging she is. She believes in me and my work and is like a cheerleader for me, and I really appreciate that. She also helps me determine what I should move forward with first and next. If something's not ready, she doesn't just say, "Oh yeah, everything's wonderful." She'll say, maybe work on that one," or for my
Mhm.
novel, she liked it, but she wanted me to change it to first person, so I'm totally revamping that. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of things I like about her, and really appreciate all her help and
So
being a
much
voice.
to so much to love. What an awesome last name for
Right?
agency.
I think
Ooh,
so. The Fury Agency. Yep.
that's
Louise.
got some real power behind it.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember Jenny Bent, I heard on a interview that she did that Louise Fury just had really a good sense of what will sell or move forward and do well. So yeah, she has that intensity, fury
Mhm.
to know those things and to go with it. So I appreciate that about her also.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for Kidlet creators that are in the querying or submission trenches?
Yeah, yeah, there's
Oh,
I
yeah.
it's there. It's hard. I feel like I'm still there sometimes because still querying editors for new books, but thankfully, Louise helps with that. But it's important to have community, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And if I were doing this by myself, I think I would start believing a lot of lies that um that will make me want to quit. But
Mhm.
the writing community helps me to keep going. And if you find a good group, they will tell you, this isn't working, or this is really good. You just need to find the right person. So I think having those people in my life has been wonderful. So I have a couple groups actually, and each of them help in different ways. So, community and just sticking to it because sometimes it's not how talented you are. that helps, and that is definitely important. You should know your art, but sometimes it's the right timing, sometimes it's just getting paired with the right person, and it only takes one yes. So you just have to keep putting yourself out there, and you don't want to put something out there that's not good. So that's where your community helps. But also just keep doing it, stay persistent, and believe in yourself, because if you have a good story, it will find a home, I believe, somehow. Mhm.
Yeah, I really think it's a matter of hitting the right person at just the right time. You hit them at the wrong time, they won't want it. So it's just just got to keep trying, right?
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely.
So as a writer, what would you say is your dream?
Well, I kind of believe I'm living the dream right now. I always said I just wanted to get my foot in the door, and that has happened, and I'm very excited about that. Um, but I also like to say this and because of course I want to keep moving forward. I want to make a career out of this where um, you can sustain a living, and also all the good things that come with it, accolades from um, your peers and people in the writing community to say, well done. And I want to just keep getting better and maybe one day win prizes and all the things. I'm open to it and hoping for them, but not counting on them.
Right,
Just keeping an open mind about it and enjoying the process and enjoying the journey. So I think it's important to be happy right where you're at, even if it's before you get published, when you're pre-published, because getting yourself published doesn't bring
right,
you joy. It's temporary.
right.
Just who you are is what brings you that joy. And even after you get published, you can get bummed about, oh, well, I can't sell another book, or I
Right.
can't get this prize, or there's always something to
Mhm.
reach for and something to not get.
Yeah.
So it's
I
just
think at each level, there's a different type of pressure on you.
yeah, yeah, there really is. So, um, yeah, I'm just happy right where I am and hoping for better things when they come.
Nice. I like it. Are there any projects you have going on that you're really excited about right now that you can share?
Um, yes, I will. There's one that's trying to be sold by Louise, and I'm excited about that one. It's about stone art, like Korean
Oh,
art, and I'm currently working on that middle grade, which is fun. It is not as serious as my debut picture book. Um, but I mean, my debut picture book is also hopeful and positive in that way. But this one is more contemporary magical realism and a
ooh.
little lighter and uh, just a fun read about K-pop and food and, you know,
What a cool range you have from these very serious and hopeful topics to the journalism, now to the magical realism.
more
Wow.
magical realism. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that all in there and all the magic I can. And yeah,
Very cool.
I just write all things I love. So too many things, a lot of things I like. So
That's the way to do it, right? They don't call it your passion unless you're writing about things you enjoy.
that's right. And hopefully
What?
I have some other um like maybe Christian themed books as well. So I hope
Hi,
that yeah, we'll get something there as well.
you will. What is something you can't live without and why?
Hmm. Well, I would say my family, my husband, God, but beyond the obvious. Let's see, my phone and um, probably Korean food. I love Korean food, just
Ooh.
for me. So, uh,
Do you have
I
a
love
favorite dish?
favorite. It's something called torsot bibimbap. It's a rice dish with lots of little pieces, and it's in a stone bowl. So
Mhm.
the edges of the rice get crispy, and
Oh,
um,
perfect.
it's delicious. Yeah. That's probably one of my favorites, but it depends on my mood.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough. If you could be any animal, what would you choose and why?
Hmm. Uh, I would say, okay, this might sound a little funny, but a whale.
Okay, I'll go
I
with it. Why?
say you're pregnant or something. But I think they just live in a bigger world than we do. The ocean is huge and vast and wonderful, and um, I believe I've learned they're very smart and compassionate um, and family oriented, and as long as people don't hurt them or bother them, I would want to be a whale. But unfortunately, they do get bugged by people, but or maybe predators. That's not good either. But in general, a whale. That's what I'd like to be.
I like it. A whale is a force to be reckoned with, and so are you, Anne. So I think it's a good choice. Can you tell everyone where they can find you online?
Sure. I am at, it's pretty easy if you know how to spell my name, ANNSUKWANG.com. You can subscribe to my on at my website and get all the latest, and also on Instagram at same thing, ANNSUKWANG, and at that ending wherever they have ats. So I'm trying to keep it consistent.
That's the way to go. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for writing this delightful book. I can't wait to read the others when they eventually come out. And
I
is there anything else that we missed we should cover?
think that's about it. Just
All right.
people pick it up because it's not just for Koreans or Asians. It's about kindness, so for everybody, and we can use a
Yeah.
little bit now. So,
Yeah, it's a very inspiring read.
mm,
I know I keep saying it all over social media, but it spoke to my soul in so many ways, you know. I was first fell in love because they talk about the seeing stone, right? In their
yes.
home. And
Mhm.
I was very enamored with that idea. I had not heard of that before. Very cool.
Yep.
And then,
Book two.
yeah. And then it's just beautiful and thoughtful and really speaks to humanity and it leaves you feeling inspired. You did a
Yeah.
really nice job.
Thank you so much. And I have to, give props to Hannah Cha, the illustrator, who
Yes.
did an amazing job. And
The illustrations are beautiful.
yes, yes, and Rosie, my editor. But Hannah just got a Caldecott honor for her 2023 book, The
Oh,
Dragon. So yeah, I'm very
oh,
fortunate.
I've read that book. I'd forgotten that was her work.
Yeah.
That's a
So
wonderful one too.
I'm just kind of hanging on by her coattails of success. And when people ask her, "What's your next book?" and
Right.
um, I'm just very fortunate that I'm her next book.
And you guys made a fantastic team.
Thank you. Yes, very much so. Yeah, her family left the northern areas and came down to Busan, and my family housed them. So we come from two different angles of the story.
Mhm.
So really a perfect pairing.
Very cool. Well,
Yes,
Anne, thank you so much for coming on.
of
And
course. Ooh.
and I guess all that's left to do is to wave off goodbye.
Oh,
Goodbye.
bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in.